Namaste all you fragrant people and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So today we have yet another Isha incense with us. I had these incenses with me and I had not been trying. I just thought might as well try and see what they're like. I remember trying one of those camphor incenses and I was really put off because it didn't smell like camphor to me. But then I later on got to know that camphor is a tricky fragrance to get through. So anyway, today we have this Jasmine. So this is Isha Life Jasmine and this is 35 rupees again, a pack of 10. So this is like that. It comes in a nice simple, plain brown paper, very minimalistic packaging, just a label there. And then what we have inside is this plain butter paper with the 10 incense sticks inside this. The incenses that we get are these normal 9-inch incenses with a nice thick yellow bamboo core which is round, smooth and sturdy, this like this. And this is a brown handmade incense, hand rolled, and there's a lot of masala, not a lot, but then there is some masala on top. And going by its length, it's going to be there for around 40-45 minutes. That's the kind of burn time this has. And this is what we have. So this time, let's see. It has a very beautiful floral fragrance. There is a hint of jasmine, but that hint of jasmine is just that, it's a hint, it's a subtle hint. The more prominent note that we get in the cold incense is that of a resin. It's like that resinous note that's there. A very subtle hint of sweetness also is there. Yeah, so that's what we get, a blend of floral, resinous and sweet notes. So which is, the top is resin, and then we have at the heart we have the flowers, and then at the base we have the sweetness. So that's what we have in the top note. But when the incense comes to life, it actually comes to life just the moment you light it up. But it's not like in your face. It's that nice floral that you would feel just like when you light up the incense. And the note that we had in the cold incense is still there. So that floral resinous note with that sweetness, the sweetness is not there. So just the floral and the resin is there. No, actually the sweetness also is there. Very light, just at the base, just like the top note. However, it is much more toned down, compared to what it was in the top note. And so that's what we get: the resin, the flowers and the sweetness. And the sweetness is very faint, extremely faint. So if you really tune into it, only then you get that sweetness. Otherwise, if you're just moving in and out of a room probably, and this is lit up somewhere, all you'll get is the floral. But if you sit with the incense, you will get the resin, you will get the florals, and you will also get the sweetness as and when the incense advances. Because you see, this is how much the incense has, almost 1/4 of it is gone, and then we are getting that sweetness. So when you light up the incense, instantly you get the flowers. And the top note was, the top note had a top of resin and then the flower and then the sweetness. This has a top of flower and then the resin and then the sweetness. So that's the kind of note this has. And it's a very nice, very beautiful, very delicate, very frail kind of note. If we talk of the intensity is just a little more than the lowest mild incense fragrance that's possible. And if we talk of diffusion, the diffusion is not to a very large area. It's going to be just around you, in your vicinity, wherever you're sitting. So if you're if you're doing a puja or your jap or whatever, it's just going to be there around you, and just pleasing the gods there. And at most, when it has probably gone up to like 75% of its life, then you get the fragrance in the entire room, but not more than that. The diffusion capacity is not a lot. And so these kind of incenses do give me a feeling that they are nice and natural incenses with the least bit of tampering that has been done with the fragrance blend. So that's the kind of incense this is. This is a nice, quiet, silent incense. The jasmine is a very delicate floral. It's just lit up somewhere, and you're doing your puja, and the incense is just silently being lit up there. However, if we talk of jasmine, I do not get the jasmine note as such, the typical jasmine note, which will remind you of the actual flower. But the floral note is definitely there. So if this incense is lit up somewhere, you or somebody, just any normal person, would not be able to say that this is a jasmine incense, but they'll definitely say that it's a nice floral with a hint of resin to it. So that's the kind of note that anybody would get, somebody who is not even tuned to the incense. And like I said, I did not get the jasmine in it. And if you have tried this incense, just let me know what has your take been, your experience been with this. Just let me know that. And so that's the kind of note this has. It's a nice floral note. And if you talk of retention, because this is a very delicate, very mild kind of fragrance, the retention also is not for a long time. The retention will be at most for a couple of hours, so probably an hour or so. And the one thing that happens with most incenses is, when you're around it, of course you get that fragrance fatigue. So after a point, actually your nose starts to stop detecting it. That's the defense mechanism that we have developed. So you stop getting it. So that's olfactory fatigue that we get. However, with any kind of incense, that is not just this, if you have you lit up an incense and you've been there for a while, and then you go out, you come back after some time, and you will find if an intense incense has a good retention, it's still going to be there. So I found a very, very subtle, silent whiff of this fragrance once I was out and I came back. But otherwise, the retention is not for a very long time. And I somehow like that, because after some time, you get a nice neutral fragrance. I really don't like a fragrance to linger around for a long time, except of course for some very few fragrances, like I like Golok or probably Chandan and Oroshikha Chandan and stuff like that. I like the Parimal Mandir Shuddh Chandan series, so I like that. So I like those kind of incenses. And of course the last one that I done, Orche. So the Orche was, I actually liked it a lot. Orche was like the Nirmalya, the Chandan version of Nirmalya Mukhallat. So it was like I could smell it everywhere, bed and everywhere, curtain and everything. So but this is not that kind of incense. And if you like that kind of incense, which doesn't diffuse to a large area, which is like silently just placed around you somewhere, and doesn't stay in your house for long, which is really, really mild, it's not actually going to irritate anybody, it's not going to invite undue attention, so you will not have people coming and asking you where you got this incense from. If you like that kind of incense, you would definitely like this. I really like this incense, but I did not get that jasmine fragrance as such. And to me, this is a nice silent incense. I would like to have a floral incense like this with me. And so I would like to give it a star rating of 4. So that is Jasmine Isha, Isha Life Jasmine with a 4 star. This is, it says Indian experience. So this is what we have. Isha has now also got incense cups. I haven't tried them, and if you've seen my episodes, you'll know that I got these incenses long time back. So for now I don't have any of those cups. I might just buy them. However, if you've never tried Isha incenses, you might just want to try this. For 35 rupees, 10 incense sticks, it's a nice experience for you. And if you want to get away from the normal incenses in the market, so the normal existing brands, and you might just want to go for this. I really like this incense, and I might just want to I might just go ahead and buy more incenses from Isha Life. So that's the episode that we had today. Now the quiz that we had last time was, what is the Hindi name for Night Queen? So Vidwatam ji, Muduraman ji and Lotus Flower answered that it's Raat Ki Rani. So that's true, that's the correct answer. The quiz that we have this time is, Name the company that makes the incense brand Phool. So I want to know the name of the company. So that's the quiz for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. This is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.